to take a minute to check in with you and just have a nice little easy start. We're starting with the metronome at 60 beats per minute. There he is right there, Kevin. Good morning. We have the metronome starting with us at 60 beats per minute. We have the tuning fork starting with us at 440 cycles per second. And I know you can't hear it, so I'll just get the tuning going. And we'll start from there. I hope you're enjoying a good morning so far. We're talking for the last quarter, so the last sort of breakdown of this session, we're talking about something completely different today, which is going to warm up hopefully excite another set of our skills that we can develop. It's not all going to come all at once, fast and furious, but it is going to start getting pretty lively around here, I think. Sometimes, not always. But we do have some new ground to cover today. It's going to be sort of one of those jazz blues things, I think, but it's going to give us a section, it's going to give us access to, good morning, Mark. Good morning, Mark, Mr. Mark. It's going to give us access to some things we didn't have access to before. Or maybe it's like answering the question, well, if you're not really good at math, you're not studying math or calculus or advanced or high maths, and you're not going to use it in everyday life. So some of us are asked, why bother studying it then? These are just exercises that we're going to be talking about. It's applying a bass note or a bass line underneath a melodic line. I'll give you a little bit of a hint about where we're going in just a moment, as soon as we get tuned up. Yo, sup? Sup, dog? Yeah. Once in a while, those little bluegrass melodies will just kind of spontaneously arrive, and I forget to, oh, you know what? I'm actually recording it now, so I could go back and transcribe it. And maybe add it to my forthcoming album. And, pretty much, almost there. Only at one, good morning. Just tuning up the guitar and getting prepared for the morning ritual for guitar growth. This morning, glad to have you with us. Glad to have you with us. Thank you for being, and thank you for using the live chat for what it is, which is to communicate directly with us and be part of the gang. If you're just tuning in, if you're still with us, we're here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time this is quite literally my morning ritual for guitar growth. And we could talk anything from we could talk from gypsy guitar, swing guitar, we could talk about Dixieland, we could talk about shred guitar, we could talk about chordal inversions. We're basically focusing on tuning up and then getting our breathing and our posture right, dialed in. And then we start with 60 beats per minute. Then we move on to our morning ritual. So this is typically what will happen every morning, is we walk through the completely unglorified, boring stuff on the guitar together, but it's all for a purpose, and it's definitely with a purpose. I had one of my good, sort of old friends passed away, and that with a purpose really just triggers something here. So I had a friend pass away of some completely, I've had several friends in this industry. You'd think I was a high-angle rock climber the way some of my acquaintances and friends have dropped away like flies, some of us are hooked on the thing that we can't get rid of, the monkey's on the back, and then it takes us down eventually. And so I would encourage anyone listening to this to try to avoid that dirty, nasty part of the market and focus on health and vitality and good news and all of those kinds of things if you can help it. But we're focusing on when Sean passed away, we filled up an event center and raised a lot of money in the name of with a purpose. I haven't published the song anywhere, but that was released only to those 3,000 or 4,000. I don't know how many it was released to, but we raised quite a bit of money for his family, and this was quite a while ago now. But there was a song in there called "With a Purpose," and the drummer and the bass player that helped me out, the frontman singer of that band, also checked out early because of a similar problem. So it's just wild. It's crazy. So hopefully you can take care of yourself and keep in mind that there are better times ahead if you're in a position like that. Anyway, let's move right along. I wanted to talk a little bit about what it is we're actually doing. This is not a it's just something that we do. I do every morning, apparently, for 2025. And my boy Murphy's down here with me. My English Springer Spaniel likes to come down and hang out. Maybe we'll catch up with him a little bit later this morning. I'm here for 1 hour every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Playing on my workhorse, my beater. And this one is called Tweety, of course. It's called Tweety. And I'm going to play this guitar, or maybe a couple of others, for the remainder of this year. We've got a tremendous amount of work to do, just a tremendous amount of warming up to do. So I'll try to keep the talking to a minimum, but I'll keep us informed about what's going on. So if you're here and you don't mind, go ahead and smash that like button, or double tap the screen, your report if you're viewing on a mobile device. Fingers 2 and 4 on 9 and 12, and we'll go ahead and check this out. 1 E and 2, you know what to do. We're doing, we're still part of the two-fingered guitar player club. We're only using 2 fingers at the moment, and those 2 fingers are designed to become strengthened and programmed to do our bidding at a moment's notice. Yeah, and I'm using my, of course, I'm featuring my Martin DX2E in this video, which has been a faithful and trusty companion so far this whole year. It's a great little rig, and it's providing a lot of hours of satisfaction and great tone. And once we got it set up, I'll tell you what, it was a little bit of a doing to get it set up, because to find good skilled craftsmen to set up guitars now, I think it's like to do a really good sort of professional job. It can be a little bit challenging, right? Good morning, Raul. Good morning, Mr. McWenna. Good morning. And it can be a little bit challenging. So I know there's a limited market, and I know there's a, what do you call it, where there's a high, I don't know about high demand, but I think there's enough of a demand if one were to become very skilled at guitar repair, one might be able to carve out a niche little living somewhere, you know. But being really, really good at what you do and being a good person are two different things, you know. So if you can somehow combine those two things, I think you might have plenty of work plenty of quality work to do. All right, fingers 1 and 4 on fret 7 and 12. Here we go. 2, D, E, and a 4, E, and so much of this, as you know, much of this business is built on vanity, you know, and it's built on look, and it's built on, you know, marketability, and this little morning ritual podcast is just basically designed to, you know, just to dispel all of those notions and get a little closer to the guitar, and just imply that it's okay to sit down and just practice finger exercise drills for an hour a day, 5 days a week, because it's going to impact my life. I know that. I can't say anything for what it will do for you, what it will or won't do for you, but I have a feeling that it will do a growth pattern. It'll instill a growth pattern. That's what I think. You could let me know how it's going for you. How is it going for you, Raul? I know Mark and Kevin have been here all year long. So how is it going for you? Are you guys still sort of feeling like you're growing with the guitar? I checked out Raul's channel the other day, and his picking hand technique is just going through the roof. It's just looking and sounding so good. And the confidence in the picking hand is clearly different from when I began observing him this year, and it's a beautiful thing to see progress that's actually progress. A lot of people call progress what they call things progress, which isn't exactly progress, and maybe you know what I'm talking about, but this is honest to goodness progress when you watch Raul's progress, you know. So, hey Marlon, back. Yes, great growth and development. What's going on, Marlon? Mr. Grubbs, long time no see, friend. Great to see you here. So let's go ahead and get into 3 fingers. So fingers 2, 3, and 4 on 10, 11, and 12. I just wanted to give you an idea about what's coming up. I want to talk a little bit about, you know, comparing what a blues is, the 12-bar blues, and what maybe a jazz blues looks like, and how to approach the I want to get into that a little bit more, stuff like that, where we're playing a functional bass line and the actual melody of the song sort of together at the same time. I want to talk about how to approach that and how it's not necessarily unreachable. So I want to just talk about that. I want to compare some rudimentaries, some fundamental approaches to melody and blues, American blues, and then I wanted to bridge the gap quickly and get involved with like what it means to be jazz blues as opposed to sort of archaic or 12-bar blues as we know it. Ames thought, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing this morning? So fingers 2, 3, and 4 on 10, 11, and 12. Here we go. 3E end of 4E end. If you're liking what's going on, I'm Jason. Welcome. You're catching me in the middle of my morning ritual for guitar growth. I'm here every weekday morning doing this. And it's for better or for worse, and it's good Lord willing, of course. And I would love, I'm here if you would like to join us, and if you'd like to just say hello in the live chat, you're more than welcome to do so. And we're here playing the guitar, warming up together, but we're going to take off into some other places in about 15 minutes. So stick around, maybe 20 minutes. So stick around and see what's coming up. I think you're going to enjoy what's coming up, but I would recommend, taking a look at what we're doing here and why we're doing it, and we're just getting to know the guitar. We're saying, good morning, guitar. Good morning to you. And that's about as simple as it gets. Being thankful that we're able to sit here and just be doing the things that we choose to do without being in a situation where we're fired at or shot at. This really is a blessed situation to be able to enjoy the luxury of just sitting down and playing the guitar together. Okay, so fingers 1 and 2 and 3 on 10, 11, and 12. 2 in the and go. Yeah. The entire point of this is not for me to talk over it, but I do talk a little bit so that I can hold the space for you, so I can just hold this space and keep it sort of engaging for you. But the real idea behind all of this is to empower the posse, the guitar practitioner who wants to just re-engage with the guitar after a lifetime of laboring or a lifetime of life just taking control, and maybe now we've found some time. Maybe you're a high school student and you really want to become the best guitar player in your region or in your high school, and maybe you want to go off to Berklee College of Music or Oberlin, the Harvard of music schools, or you want to go to your local community college, or maybe you want to travel abroad and play music on tour. In either case, this is a great place to spend some time. I'm confident of that. I know I've trained hundreds and hundreds of students, and out of those, probably thousands, but hundreds at least in person. So fingers 1 and 2 and 4 on 9, 10, and 12. We're still in the 3-finger permutations. But I know out of those, hundreds or thousands of students, depending on how we talk about where they are, guitar friends, and they're touring the world, playing music, playing concerts with like the Warped Tour, playing huge Civic Center venues, playing like Burning Man, just living the life right on the edge, and touring, or maybe maybe they remain bedroom guitar players, or maybe they turn themselves into open mic enthusiasts and open mic participants, and maybe they start picking up their own gigs or get their own open mic going. It's all happened. I've literally watched it all happen, and the process is just a thing of beauty to move from the known to the unknown, right? If you're here, how are you all with seventh chords? Are you guys good with seventh chords? Do you know the minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, and minor 7 flat 5 chords? Are you all familiar with those? Show of hands would be great. We're going to be talking about some of those in a way that we haven't necessarily, in a manner that's not consistent with what we've been doing. So this is going to be a little different today. It's going to be exciting, and it's going to be different. So I just want to try to get a feel for how many of us understand the diatonic 7th chords. All right, Raul, right on. Hey, Jill, how are you doing? Nope. Okay, we'll work through some of those. And all right, what am I stalling for? What are we doing? Oh, fingers 1, 3, 4. Here we go. 1 E end of 2, T E end of 4, and 1, 9, 10, 9, 11, and 12 with fingers 1 and 3 and 4. And we're off. And we're finally off. Here we go. But stick around. We're talking about Miles Davis Solar. We're going to be covering Solar. So this is definitely something you want to stick around for. It's a groundbreaking piece of music. We're going to talk about how to play bass lines and melodies at the same time, so it sounds like there's a functional bass player and a guitar player or a melodic instrument playing both at the same time. And we're going to begin that journey today, and we're going to talk about that at the last, in the last 15 minutes or so. We're not going to become masters over any of this in one day, that's for darn sure. But what we are going to do is introduce the germ of the idea. And that germ will do its work on you in its own time. And maybe you will apply this kind of work to your guitaring, to your guitar practice. But we still have a little bit more warming up to do before we reach that point. To almost top of the hour. I can move my head around. I notice Murphy kind of keeps looking up at me, my dog over here on the floor. He's resting, but he's not really resting. He's wondering when we're going to move. So 1 E end of 2, fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we're just going to continue right along with the warm-up. So I'm going to continue talking while we're doing this, and hopefully it's not too confusing, but if you can just keep moving your fingers at your own pace, it does not have to be up to this tempo. It can be whatever, and you don't need my permission, of course, for any of this, but you can play at whatever tempo you prefer and whichever tempo you're comfortable with. So coming up, we're going to be working on like the C minor. I think after we complete these 1, 2, 3, 4s, we'll start working on a brief 2-minute stretch, and then we'll come back to Mark. say good morning yet? Okay. Sam, okay, Kevin. We're going to go through. Well, what we'll do is I'll give you 2, 3 simple shapes, and we'll learn them all together right now. Okay. We'll learn all of the minor. All right. We'll learn major 7, minor 7, and dominant 7. And that will, the way we're learning these, we only need to learn 3 shapes, because what we'll do is we'll use the minor 7 as a substitution for the minor 7 flat 5. So we're only going to play 3 notes per voicing, and that will be all we need to do. That will be super helpful. Plus, it will help prepare us for actually absorbing songs that are a little more complicated than we might be used to. So this will be I guess this is going to be a groundbreaking experience. So we probably should invite the mayor and bring his little scissors or her so he can do the ribbon cutting today. I don't know why we didn't invite the mayor. So I guess we'll have to do that a little later on. See if we can get him on the line. So fingers 1, 2, 3, stretch 4. 1, 2, 3, stretch 4 up to 13. So 9, 10, 11, 13. And we're just doing these, we're getting right through. We're going to finish the kickstand too. And we'll finish up the kickstand, and then we'll go ahead and do our first stretch. We're about 15 minutes overdue on the stretch. So when we start getting into the, sort of the crossover part of our practice or our morning ritual for guitar growth routine. So we're moving from the known right now. We basically do all of these things that we already know. And then we use these to continue programming our right and left hands, or picking and fretting hands. And we use these every day to wake up our guitar bodies and minds and souls. So that's exactly what's going on here. Not a penny more, not a penny less. This is exactly what's going on. We're doing this for waking up. This is our wake-up call. And what a grand wake-up call it is. And as we proceed through to the last 10 or 15 minutes of this session, I like to prepare the mind to move from the warm-up state of mind into the guitar practitioner state of mind, where we find ourselves moving from the known a little bit more into sort of like the discovery-based method or mode of learning. So that's coming up. And when we do, we're going to study major 7, minor 7, and dominant 7 chord types. Again, but this time they're super easy. They're right bangers of chord voicings that are going to be so easy. It'll be done in 5 minutes, 2 minutes maybe. 2 minutes. I'm going to say less than a minute. We'll have all of those chords memorized and learned less than a minute, guaranteed, or this lesson's free. Okay? All right, cool. All right, I've got to take the cover off this tea. This cup is keeping that tea way too hot. Hey Murph, what's going on, Murphy? What's going on, big guy? How you doing down there? He just tips his head back down like, I can't be bothered. All right, 1, 2, 1 E and 2. 8, 10, 11, and 12. And here's the kickstand. Here's Jill's kickstand. And I think I might have this guitar engraved, and then maybe we'll put like a mother of pearl inlay on the back of the headstock. I think I'm going to engrave it and have it called Tweety. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I am going to do it. It will become one-of-a-kind guitar, and it will be defaced. It won't be what it once was, but it will have Tweety on the back, and then I'm considering raffling this off at the end of the year because I've been using it. So I don't really know if I'm going to do that yet. I like to fantasize that it would be a great fundraiser for the channel, and then a really great prize for one person. But I'm not sure yet exactly whether we'll proceed with that. I'm not sure. I'm not, as you can tell, I'm not really a big fan of the gimmicks. You know, the quick get rich quick scheme. Not a huge fan of that kind of stuff. But I do actually feel like this guitar is quite remarkable for the price range. I know there are others in its price range that are competitive, and I'm not saying it's better or worse than those, but I can only speak directly about what I've been experiencing with this guitar for a year and a half now, maybe a little over a year, almost a year and a half. And I've owned, $5,000 guitars from the Gibson Historic Custom Shop that, I don't know if it was made on a Friday or what, but I like this guitar as well as some of those other instruments I've owned, and it might be that I'm just not, maybe I'm just, I don't know what I'm talking about, I don't know, but I know what I like and I know what feels good, and I know this is working for me. This is definitely working for me. And I definitely appreciate the time we have to spend together, friend, Tweety. So, anyway, moving right along. Marco, hit the like button. Hang bangers. What's going on? How are you? Thank you very much for that little shot in the arm, man. Oh, time to stretch. Here we go. Welcome, Marco, anyway. So just working on stretching the neck a little bit. So I'm going to just kind of straight back. I'm feeling it in my back a little bit this morning and my neck. So what I'm going to do to work on that is just sit straight, keep my lumbar, roll my back under a little bit, and sit straight up here. And then have that, that yoga master, the yogi will tell you there's a string on the top of your head and someone's pulling on it, whatever. So we're just trying to keep that top of the head pointed to the heavens. And I'm going to just roll my shoulders up and back. And that will release this stuff right here. So I'm going to do that one more time. But I'm going to focus on that with the breath. And I'm focusing on a micro tissue movement, tendon movement, bone structure movement, and I'm working on keeping my body erect. And then I'm working on this. This is the primary objective, is to stretch the forearms and the fingers on both sides. The undercarriage here is going to get 4 bars worth of 60 beats per minute. So I'm on 3, 2, 3, 4, measure 4, 2, 3, 4, and I'm maintaining my breath in and my breath out. Go ahead and keep stretching just for a moment. I see that I need to take care of something here. Just hang in there with me. Let's keep the stretch going. I've just got to get on board with this live stream here. There we go. And we'll go to the other arm here. All right, we got a pinned message. Thank you, Mark. And we'll go ahead and do the other. Yeah, and we're just letting the time pass and enjoying the time as it rolls by. That's the trick. Just enjoying the time as it passes by. We could spend our time all bound up in stress and tension, and I mean, musical performance can get us there. We get into and out of those tensioned areas, and that's part of what makes the audience, what makes for a good performance for an attentive audience, an audience that is really listening, a listenership, you know. How we handle and get into and out of, how we negotiate tension is part of what I think high level communications in any improvisational music genre, you know, especially sort of contemporary music and jazz, those communications offer insights into how to negotiate uncharted territories, you know, and frequently those uncharted territories resolve to the known territories. But if you haven't yet listened to the Calm concert, like Keith Jarrett's Calm concert, there's a stated communication that is it's almost an eternal experience. So I hope you enjoy listening to it if you haven't yet. All right. So let's go ahead and start with minor pentatonic, because we are talking about blues today. Hugo, good morning. Hello, good morning. So glad to have you with us and working on guitar. I want to welcome you to my own personal, this is literally my own approach. It's my morning ritual for guitar growth, and if you hang out, we're just getting ready to work on a departure from the warm-up methodology and start moving into the guitar practitioner's growth mindset, which is to move. It's really moving from the known to the unknown. We're going to do some learning, and we haven't really done this kind of stuff yet on this live stream. I'm here every morning at 7:30, so if you have your guitar in hand, you can practice or warm up along with us, and that's it'll be great. I'm thinking that you would enjoy it, and I hope you stick around. I hope you hang out. I'm here until 8:30. This is going to be the last 15 minutes is going to be a study, a quick comparison of sort of American archaic blues, and then moving, you know, a few decades along into sort of contemporary blues or modern jazz blues. And we're going to learn three different major or seventh chord qualities using only 3 notes per voicing. We're going to do this in under a minute. So I hope you stick around, and I hope you enjoy what's going on. So there's my welcome message to you, Hugo. Good morning. So we're going to work on some other things, but pentatonics. Let's go ahead and play the minor pentatonic shape up and down the neck together in hopes that we might meet again at the place from whence we came, which is on position number 9. After we descend all the way down into the depths of the guitar fretboard, reaching the long string length of position number 1. Now we begin the days begin to get shorter here. The strings begin to get shorter here. Nice and controlled picking hand, super tone. You know, super tone is what we're looking for. Good, I think we got it. Now we're using shape number 2. And if you haven't yet figured out where to get this, I can give you the, I think I should have a link that I can tap this, but you can download the at jasoncareyguitar.com. You can go ahead and download this. If you send us a message, you know, go to jasoncareyguitar.com and say, hey, I'm really looking for that pentatonic, you know, that pentatonic lesson you were talking about, the A minor pentatonic lesson. It's a 6, I think it's a, I don't know, 6 or 8 or 10 page binder or something. It's a high value item, and it's free. It's free for you to download and have, and it's definitely definitely an interesting approach. So I know you need that kind of stuff. I know you want it. So we're happy to provide it for free at this time. So visit jasoncareyguitar.com and just go grab it. You can. There are a few downloads there for free to get you started. And then that way you can kind of see a little bit more about, you know, what is this crazy white dude about? This middle-aged dude on the internet, what's he talking about? So fingers, shape number 1, 2, 3. Shape number 3 is going to be this one, you know, kind of one of our favorites. This is where we slide that first finger back, or we use that 4th finger stretch. You know, it's a good idea to know how to do both. So I'm going to practice both, you know, because I know at some point I'm going to want to come down. I'm going to want to do this instead of, you know, I can't do, you know, there are benefits to both, to knowing both positions. So let's say, for example, we're in position number 1. We don't have to use the open string, you know, we can tighten it up. We can be mobile, more mobile and more agile. So, finishing up position number 3, or shape number 3, in the minor or in the pentatonic world, in the pastoral land of pentatonics. Shape number 3, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, shape 4, which is the sort of like the A root 5 A minor 7 chord, you know, sort of. It's that, you know, borrowing against that shape. And I gotta tell you, these shapes are feeling better and better every day, you know. Especially when we begin linking them together or sliding in and out of them, you know, in a parallel format to create this kind of outside style of playing. We find really quickly that we have all of these tools now to really start exploring improvisational guitar, especially spontaneous melodic creation. It requires, spontaneous melodic creation requires a couple of things. We'll talk about that in just a moment. So I'm thinking fingers 2, shape number 5. So we've got 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and then we're on fret shape number 5, which is going to be 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. And here we go. But you know all of this stuff, and you're just practicing it along with me. And if you don't know it, it's okay, because you will know it, and you will be okay. Just I'm going to keep talking about all of these things as if we've been playing these things together and talking about these things together forever, and they'll just sink in as we continue together. So don't worry if you don't understand something I'm saying. You're not going to be the first. I can assure you of that. But all you have to do is, if you have a specific question about what it is I'm saying at the moment, that's what the live chat is here for. Oh, Mark's taken off. Mark, I'm sorry if I missed that. I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy picking, bro. Pentatonic scale across the fretboard and plotted where the major chords fall. Good idea, Marzak. Very good idea. Good stuff. Just kind of that kind of stuff, that kind of playing where maybe you haven't played it before, but that kind of playing informs you, it reassures you that you still are able to listen to those musical ideas that might be floating around in your head and transfer them to the guitar in real time in an improvisational way. So let's ditch all of this stuff. Let's dispense with a stretch at this point, because I don't feel like we feel like we might not need a stretch. We're just going to push a little bit harder here. I'm going to listen while I make sandwiches. Yeah, right on. Yeah. Here's a sandwich making song, Mark. I opened up a can of Spam, and I poured it in. No, I poked a hole in the other side of the can so it come out into the bowl, and then I put it in the food processor instead of chopping it up or grinding it, because it's that much easier. And then I mix up my ingredients and make my sandwich and go off to work and enjoy it at lunch. Are you a 2 or 3 sandwich kind of? What gets in your box? It's got to be at least 2 sandwiches, I would think, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back. Velveeta cheese. Oh yeah, you've got a Velveeta cheese. Yeah, gotta microwave the Velveeta. That's right. That kind of like gets everything sort of like, it's like adding compression or UV22 noise, digital noise to a master. You know, just kind of glues everything together. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. The art of the lunchtime sandwich. Oh yeah, made many of those, my friend. Oh, yeah, fun. We don't need as much. We don't need quite as much as we kind of move, as we start moving along, do we? No, we don't. You turned 64 yesterday. Oh, well, happy birthday to you, my friend. Oh, we gotta go up to the flat 7. And then there, consider that a big cannon fire. There we go, right there. And all right, so we're going to talk about major 7, just three notes, real simple here. Let's get in close. So we're starting on fret number 8, right? Fret number 8, and then we're skipping the A string, and then let's let this birthday moment soak in for a second longer. Happy birthday, Mark, from Raul. Happy birthday from Kevin. It's like Gorilla Glue by lunch. Oh yeah, there's no separating it, is there? That's right. You can't take the sandwich apart without completely you have to separate it at the atomic level, at the cellular level, right? All right. So here's the C major, C major 7, C minor 7, and C dominant 7. The only 3 chord shapes we're going to need to know. And we're going to move these around on root 6. So root is on the 6, and we'll also learn root 5, right? So keep it real simple. So we have root, and then 7, and then the 3 on the top, and that's it. So you could play it like this. You know, here's that rainy day, you know, one of those chords. And then we're using that same 7 and 3, and then we're flattening each one to become a flatted 7 and a flatted 3. And that root note on fret number 8 on the low E string remains a C note. So C major 7, which is 1, 7, and 3. Major 7, major 3. And the minor 7 is 1, minor 7, minor 3. And then the dominant 7 is the other one, which becomes 1, flat 7, and major 3. So we have 3 shapes: major 7, minor 7, and dominant 7. Same shape, root 5. F, we have the major 7. Because the B string's tuned a little differently, we have to raise it up. All of the notes on it will come up 1 fret. Choking out the D string, not playing the low E string. There's the major 7 up here. Major C major 7, F major 7. F minor 7. The major 7 and the major 3, down a half step to flat 3 and flat 7 and flat 3. And then dominant 7 is going to be root, flat 7, and major 3, right? Good. So check this out with me. So we've got the solar. I wish I had printed this backwards so you could read it correctly, but I did not. All right, so screenshot it, flip it around, and you've got the chords if you like. So it's a good song. It's got a little dog hair on it, but that's okay. Never hurt anybody. Maybe it did, I don't know. I'm not an expert, so don't hold me to it. So we have solar, and we're starting with the 1 chord. 3, 4 measured, 2, 2, 3, 4, and then we're moving to G minor 7, 3, 4, C7, dominant 7, and then F major 7, 3, 4, repeat the F major 7, 3, 4, and then F minor 7, 3, 4, D7, 3, 4, and then E flat major 7 can be this, and then E flat minor 7, and then A flat 7, and then D flat major 7, and then D flat minor 7, and then G flat 7 flat 9. But we don't need all of those extra things as long as we have the basic, the fundamental sonorities in place. So what I'd like to do is play the melody at tempo. 2 ding bum. we came back around to the top again. And one other thing I'd like to do is start thinking about the ability to play these chords, which are just chunking along. So there's some melodies there, there's some chords there. The most important thing for me to learn as I'm learning a new song is to remember to play the bass line first. So all I need to do is play C first, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then G, and then C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, measure 3, 2, 3, 4, measure 4, 2, T, measure 5, F, repeat the F, and then F minor 7, and then down to B flat, and then up to E flat, and then E flat, A flat, B flat, and then D, and then G, dum bum, B dum bum, bum bum bum, ba da bum bam bum, da dum B da bum bum ba dum ba da da dee dum, da 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 dum ba da 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 dum bum, bum 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 ba da bum bum B da bum. And then so playing the bass line is important. It doesn't all go by this quickly when we're learning it, but we need to play the bass line first. Once we understand where the bass notes are, then we can start building a functional bass line around it. So realize what time it is, so we're going to let it kind of fizzle out here. And I'll let you go there. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And it's been a real pleasure and honor to play some guitar with you and move into some new space together today. I know it's a little bit much, but you can go back. All of those basics are there in the last 10 minutes or 12 minutes, and knock yourselves out. Have fun with it, and there's a session coming up to support that. So we'll continue on that direction a little bit if you'd like. All right, so we meet again tomorrow. I wish you all happy picking. Thanks, Kevin.